Hello, this is Erica Holston, and I would like to discuss how to overcome relationship frustrations. I think that this subject is so important because people can sometimes allow their emotions to overcome them in their relationship. And one of the things that people can do is call it quits, like, hey, you are frustrating me, I'm out of here. Or we can start yelling at each other, or we can start doing things that would make us come outside of our normal character. And as a relationship coach, I just think that it's very important for us to know how to overcome some relationship frustrations. And one of the things that I see with singles and couples is them not knowing how to overcome their differences. So let me give you an example. An example would be you have your perspective and the other person has their perspective. And because you have these two different perspectives, then it can actually make your quote unquote worlds collide. And because of your differences, whether if you think differently, whether if you communicate differently, or whether if you express yourself in a way where the other person doesn't understand, it's just like, so why would you say it the way that you did? Why did you do what you did? And I don't understand where you're coming from. So those could be like the three top things that people can experience when they are going through their relationship differences. And because they're going through their relationship differences, it creates frustration. And with that frustration, we can become angry. With that frustration, we can become bitter. With that frustration, we could just call it quits as that I'm out of here. So today, I want to help you to learn how to overcome those relationship frustrations by thinking differently. Meaning is that we have to have two ways of thinking, and those are number one is we can have a growth mindset, or number two, we can have a mindset of saying this is the way I've always been. This is the way that it's always been done, and this is the way that I'm going to continue to do things. If you have this type of way of thinking, you know, by all means, but if you want to actually grow in your relationships, if you want to actually experience a fulfilling relationship, sometimes we have to do things that has never been done before. And one of the things that I know sometimes women can work on as well as men is to learn how to filter through your emotions and learn how to think about things differently. Because when you think about things differently, you do differently. And one of the things that I want to talk about today, especially, is learning how to process through your emotions in order for you to experience a frustration, but yet able to overcome that frustration by asking yourself these three questions. Well, first of all, you have to know why you're frustrated, right? So we have to look at the source. What is causing you to be frustrated? Is it something that you believe? Is it something that's happened to you in the past? Is it something that just gets on your nerves? Like, what is the source? Did you cause it? Did they cause it? And it's not necessarily about playing the blame game, but it's really looking at what really caused this frustration. And many times we can become frustrated because of our previous experiences and the person that we're actually dealing with in that scenario may not even have anything to do with that, but we haven't processed the things that have happened in our past. So look at the source. Ask yourself, where is this frustration coming from? Did I do something to cause this frustration? Did they do something to cause this frustration? So when you are able to look at that, let me tell you that it is going to help you to have a more progressive relationship frustration, but yet you will be able to overcome that by looking at the source. All right. Number two, we have to ask ourselves, why are you frustrated? Are you frustrated because you had a bad day? Are you frustrated because you didn't like the way that it was said? Are you frustrated because the same things keep on happening over and over again? So that's my second recommendation when it comes to overcoming relationship frustration, is to ask yourself why. So the first one is, where is this frustration coming from? Meaning the source. And then the second one is, why is it making you frustrated? And if you are able to become quiet by asking yourself, why am I frustrated? That you can actually work through your emotions. And as you work through your emotions, you are on your way to overcoming that frustration. And so my third recommendation is for you to overcome that frustration is to say, how can we work through this frustration together? What is it that you can do, and what can they do in order for the frustration to be able to overcome that? So I hope that these three questions are helping you to process things differently. And as you process things differently, that you'll be able to see your relationship grow, and you yourself will grow, and hopefully the other person that you're in a relationship with, that they would be willing to grow as well. So my name is Erica Holston. I am a relationship and a communication coach, as well as a workshop facilitator. And this is an example as to how I engage with my audience, as well as how, I ask you thought-provoking questions in order for you to think, how is it that I can do things differently in order to experience things differently? So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Take care.